India is an agriculture based country because more than 50% of its population are engaged into agriculture activities. Yet, the production and productivity is low, and that has created a debate and discussion on how to improve India's agricultural production and productivity. Hello and welcome to the in news series of Drishti IAS. I am Britu and today's session is about rice varieties, and here we are going to talk about that which kind of rice varieties they are and how they can be eco-friendly and pocket-friendly. So this particular topic is related to the GS3, so we are going to talk about that. So here genome edited rice variety. So as I have already told you that we are going to talk about that which kind of rice varieties they are. So they are genome edited. So in this session we are going to discuss about the varieties of rice. We are going to discuss that how can be they are helpful into the agricultural production, and then we can also think that how genome editing can be used for the other crops also. So first of all, we'll look at the news. So the news is that Agriculture Minister Shivraj Singh Chauhan has released 2 genome edited varieties of rice, and this is the first of its kind of achievement in our country, because we had done it in for different crops, but for the rice this is for the first kind of thing. And these 2 varieties are very much helpful because they are going to conserve water, they are going to spread across what you can say large lands. So in a what you can say land, whatever the productivity we have, we are going to increase that thing. So this is the news which we are going to cover up in today's session. Before that, going to any discussion part, as you already know that Drishti IAS has this ISGS foundation course which is available in both the medium, Hindi medium and English medium, and this particular batch is available in Drishti IAS Noida. So if you want to enroll into the classes, you can call us on 87501 87501. Also, this particular ISGS foundation course is available on online mode Drishti learning app. So you can check. Also, we have upgraded few features just like AI summary, AI quiz, ask me a question. So these are the features which we have added. So you can add also that thing, and you can choose that which mode suits you. Now we are going to talk about the varieties of the rice. So first of all, we should know that what are the names of those varieties. So we have 2 varieties. One is Kamla and another is Pusa DST rice 1, and they have better stress tolerance, improve yields and climate adaptability without any compromises with their existing strength. So DRR Dhan 100 Kamla. So this particular variety has been developed by the ICAR, Indian Institute of Rice Research, Hyderabad. So in collaboration with ICAR and Indian Institute of Rice Research, they have developed this thing. And this variety promises significantly higher yields, improved drought tolerance, early maturity compared to the parent variety Samba Masuri. So whatever the problems we have improved through this genome editing. So this is about that they have a better tolerance, they have a better yield capacity. Now we'll talk about the another one which is about the Pusa DST rice 1. So this new genome edited variety has been developed by widely cultivated fine grain variety called MTU 110 by ICAR, Indian Agriculture Research Institute, New Delhi, and developed through site directed nuclease. So there are 2 methods we are going to talk on to that also. So this is SDN1 genome editing. The new variety Pusa DST rice targets drought and salt tolerance. So that's why this is called as DST. Drought and salt tolerance gene to improve the resilience to harsh and soil climate condition. So this is about the one of the remarkable improvement, because Indian soil has a lot of salinity and many areas which are drought prone areas. So in that area we can grow such kind of the rice. Now we'll talk about the what specific practical benefits we have. So first benefit that they are going to provide us bigger yields, less emissions. So according to ICAR, cultivation of DRR Dhan 100 Kamla and Pusa DST rice 1 varieties is about 5 million hectares of recommended area will produce 4.5 million tons. So here we can see that better yields we are getting, and additionally paddy and a reduction of greenhouse gas emission by 20%. So we are making it pocket friendly also and environment friendly also. Then there is a less water consumption. There are what you can say, practically it has been analyzed that due to shorter duration of Kamla, 3 irrigation will be saved, resulting into saving of total 7,500 million cubic meters of irrigation water, which can be used for other crops. So this is about that they are going to give us more yields, less irrigation water, in which here we can see that they are going to benefit us economically also. Now we are going to talk about the safety, that do we have adopted safety measures for it or not. So ICR scientists use the Nobel prize winning CRISPR-Cas9 gene editing technology. So this CRISPR-Cas9 has been already won the Nobel Prize in 2020. So they had used this thing, and by using this method they have grown such kind of the varieties, and this technology allows precise changes in plants' own gene. So we have not changed the original form. So there are changes, but the changes are very precise. So we can see that originality can be maintained. And methods, I have already told you that there are two methods, SDN1 and SDN2, site directed nuclease 1 and 2. And these produce plants that are natural mutation and conventional breeding results. So this is about that SDN1 and SDN2 more of promotes the natural state. So that's why we can see that we have tried to maintain the natural form, and we had not tried to what you can say thoroughly change the varieties of the rice. Now we'll talk about the approval and regulation. So Institutional Biosafety Committee approved the new lines. RCGM Review Committee on Genetic Manipulation gave clearance in May 2023. These crops fall under India's relaxed rule for genome edited plants. So here what we can see that there are number of processes which we have to go through to approve any kind of variety. Now here we are going to talk about the paddy. So paddy is India's main kharif crop, covering around 1/3 of the total food grain, which contribute nearly 40% to the national food basket. And key producing states West Bengal, Uttar Pradesh, Punjab, Andhra Pradesh, and in 2020 India had the largest area under paddy cultivation, but India ranked the second in production. So here we need to make this match. We do not have to mismatch this thing. We have to make it on a balance level. India's average yield 4,138 kg per hectare, which lags behind than other countries like China, Indonesia, and Bangladesh, who has 4,717 kg per hectare. So we need to improve here, but here we are not much lag behind, but we are lagged here. So improving yield is crucial for ensuring India's food security, because paddy is the main source of food and a staple source of food for many Indian households. Now we'll talk about the India developing another genome editing for other crops. Yes, India is trying to develop it for the oilseeds pulses, and for that government has also allocated 500 crore rupees for the genome editing, and various universities just like Delhi University, ICR, and other research institutes are working into the direction that they need to develop more crops, and they need to use this kind of technology for the other crops also, apart from the what you can say rice also. Now we are going to talk about the practice question for prelims. Before going to talk about the practice question for prelims, what are the conclusion of this whole discussion? The conclusion of this whole discussion is that here what we are going to talk about, genome editing, CRISPR-Cas9 technology, and with using such kind of method SDN1, SDN2, we have produced two varieties of rice which are more economic in nature, which are more environment friendly. So this tells us that we are using technology in agriculture, and if we are using technology in the agriculture, then they are going to benefit us on many fronts. So this shows that how technology in agriculture is important and how it can be beneficial for the agricultural activities. Now we are going to talk about the practice question for prelims. Consider the following statement about paddy cultivation in India. Paddy is primarily a rabi crop in India. India has the highest area under paddy cultivation globally. India ranks first in the world in terms of the paddy production. We already had discussed which of the statements given above are correct. 1 only, 2 only, 2 and 3 only, 1 and 3 only. So you have to answer this into the comment section. I hope you like this session. If you have any queries later to this session, kindly ask into the comment section. Thank you. Have a nice day.
For more informative content, like, share and subscribe, and do not forget to press the bell icon to get the notifications.